Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're connecting from the world. This is Dagnet, the African blogger. I want to talk about Liberia. Today's Monday, November 13th, so Tuesday, November 14th, they're going to vote again. Apparently, the first time they voted, they said it was too close to call. So now they have to do another vote. And then everybody's on social media. This Manny Costa, I really don't know him, but I've heard about his name tossed here and there. But since he came out from one side to the other side, since he started talking on both sides of his mouth, I decided to go do some research and listen to some of his video. I dissected his video and gave my 2 cents. I have the video 2 of part 1 and part 2 is on my YouTube channel. The African blogger, the video is called, I think Henry Costa, something. There's 2 of them. But I see all the fans and the parties on both sides of the party, they are listing things that each person has done or each person will do going forward to make Liberia great. Me, I just got 3 or 4 requests. Number 1, can y'all please fix the light issue? I don't care who's in office right now. It doesn't matter to me. Fix the light issue. Liberia is too old to have issue with light. Liberia is too rich to be functioning this poor. The light comes, the light goes. As old as we are, 176 years old, we haven't figured out the light problem. Now we're in the season, they call it the dry season. From what I've been told by the neighbors, that because of dry season, they don't get enough rain and water for the power plant or the power hydro. Maybe they use water to power the country. So during the dry season, it doesn't rain as frequent, as often as it does in the rainy season. So in the dry season time, sometimes whole week, whole month, you won't have power. Who lives like that? In this day and age, who lives like that? Who can afford to live like that? Come on, you guys. All of you listing stuff, this man has done this and this have done that. Or he put light in this county. Before you guys lie that he put light, how steady and stable is the light? That's the issue. It's not that he have light. Well, I can say we have light. But if we have light one day out of the week, they will make whole lot of noise on social media and say he put light in this county. Go and ask the people how frequent, how often is the light. The other day we didn't have water for 6 weeks. Water from ordinary thing as water. And this country have rainy season. We have 2 seasons, dry season and rainy season. The rainy season means it rains 6 months out of the year. And when it rains, it really rains heavily. You can put a 50-gallon bucket outside when it's ready to rain. In 1 hour, that bucket will be full, running over. I know that. I've tested, I put it out. Maybe not 50 gallon, but I put some buckets and bowls and tubs out. Within 10 minutes, they were all full, running over. So in 6 months, if it rained that much, somebody have not figured out at the LEC stand for Liberia Electricity Corporation, something. Somebody have not figured out that if it rain in 6 months, and 6 months of the year, it still rain, but not as frequent. How to preserve water or collect water or gather the water, something. Then all over social media, he provide light here, he provide water here. How often is the light? The other day, a few days ago, the power went from 5 p.m. in the evening. It didn't come back to the next day, 3 p.m. That's almost a whole day. When people have food and stuff in the refrigerator and it goes bad, who will pay for it? So please, I'm asking you, fix the light. A leader, your job as a leader in any nation is to provide a bare basic minimum, stable, steady electricity, good, clean running water, and decent roads, and maybe add some affordable, decent internet. Give us those 4 things, we can function and be successful in this country without, no matter who's in power. But a bare basic, and what is a basic in many Western country is a luxury. To have electricity and running water constantly here is a luxury. But in other nations, it's a right. It's not even it's a right. It's the basic minimum that the leaders provide for their citizens in other nations. And these guys who are running for office or who is already in office, they have traveled the world. They have traveled the globe. Can we use our sense? You travel to somebody else's country. You see how the country is developed, and you come to your own, you don't develop it. Then something's wrong with your mind. Like, either something wrong with your mind or your heart is that wicked and even you hate yourself. Because how you treat yourself will reflect how you will treat your people. And how you treat your people is a reflection of how you treat yourself. Africa, We need to check our heart. Our heart sometimes is wicked and cold towards each other. That's why I always keep saying, I've been saying this for years, I will continue. Africa does not have a political, economic, social, financial, or spiritual problem. Africa have a heart problem, a heart lacking love for herself and for each other. The way we treat each other is not correct. A leader is in office, and he's there for 10, 20, or 30, or 40 years, and he collects the money that he's able to use to develop the nation. You go buy mansions and private jets in other nations, Switzerland, wherever, you put it there. But you don't use that money to develop your own country. You take the money out of the country and go develop other people's country, or you go put it into other people's economy. If you love yourself and you love your brothers and sisters, you will use the money and develop the country and make the people's lives better. Decent school, they don't have it as leaders in Africa that they will send their children and their concubines and their wives abroad for education. But you be in power for 10, 20, 30 years. It didn't encourage a man to build up a decent school. All the politicians, senator, governor, all of them you couldn't put your money together and build one decent hospital. But any of you sick, you run into the West for treatment. You should be embarrassed. Let's use common sense. You should be embarrassed and ashamed that you guys running this nation, you are so greedy and so selfish, and you hate yourself and hate each other to the point that you cannot come together, combine and mobilize and put your resources together and build one decent hospital that at least is good enough to treat your kind. A school that's good enough to educate your children. You got to send them abroad. Think now. If you have love in your heart for yourself and for your brothers and sisters in Africa, you will develop the continent instead of taking the money and go to the West. You will build decent schools and decent hospitals that is good enough to treat you and your family, as opposed to running to the West. You got headache, you go into the West. Your son graduate, you send them to the West to graduate, then they come back home, get in the top government position job, and they all steal the money and they stay in the family. This nonsense have to stop. This really have to stop. If we really love our nation and love each other, they're the same citizens, they will steal the power, but they say the government is corrupt, but you're stealing power. So you stealing power, the government stealing money to build houses or send it abroad to do whatever, but you stealing power. Are you both not corrupt? So one corrupt man is called another man corrupt. You see, the president is corrupt. I don't have no association, affiliation with any party because I didn't vote. I came too late. I came from the States, 30-something years. So I'm home now, 4 months, excuse me. I just been here a few months. So I have the right to give my 2 cents because whatever happens is going to affect me. Anyway, it's not going to affect me. I'm going to be successful in this nation, no matter who's in office. But now, before I digress, let me get back to my point. You say the president is corrupt, right? The professor in the university, you will demand the young ladies to sleep with him if they want to get a passing grade. Is he not corrupt? But you say the president corrupt. You stealing power, you stealing water. Are you not corrupt? But you see the president corrupt. You have a wife, you have a girlfriend, you have a concubine, and have a side chick. But you are married, but all day you on social media shouting, people can't hear their ears. The president is corrupt. Are you not corrupt? You are a young lady, you in school or university, you sleep with the teacher or the professor to get a passing grade. Are you not corrupt? But all day the president is the one who's corrupt. You hear about somebody's secret business, you go on social media, you just make a video, you expose and tell people's business. But you see the president is corrupt. You too, are you not corrupt? We got to check our hearts as Africans. How we treat each other. Love has to be the foundational principle, how we treat ourselves and how we treat each other. If our leaders love themselves and love us, the continent will be in a better shape because the continent have more than enough resources to supply the world. Yet, we are begging for handouts from the world. That nonsense has to stop. I'm pleading to all Africans, especially you Liberians, because I'm home now. Fix the light issue. I beg of you, fix the light issue. The light goes, okay, the goal is still for 5. When I first came, it was okay. It go for 5 or 10 minutes to come back, fine. But the other day, it went for almost 24 hours. And then people tell me because we're entering the dry season, oh, that's going to be normal. It'll go for a week, go for a month. What kind of nonsense is this? And you're shouting on social media about all the development this one have done, all the accomplishment you have done. Can you fix the light? Basic thing as light. Can you fix it? I know the neighborhood where you guys live, you have constant light. So you are clueless what I'm talking about. But you need to light up the whole country. It's not about living in the neighborhood where the big shots live. No. Every Liberian citizen should have the bare basic minimum, which is light, running water, decent road, affordable internet. Give your citizens those 4 things. They will become successful with or without your help. They will become successful no matter who's in power. Unless you don't love them enough, you don't want them to become successful. They will become a bunch of beggars and paupers and always begging you for money and for handouts. That's what you want. Then you are a wicked and evil leader. You see? And the Bible even said, when the wicked in power, the people weep. When the wicked die, the people celebrate. So please, provide light. That's all I want in this country. Please, somebody give me some light. Electricity. Light up the whole country. Light up the whole country. From here to Buchanan, wherever, to Sunset Beach. Light up the country. The country is too old to be functioning like this. Light up the country. Pave the roads and bring some clean, decent running water. You bring affordable internet. You do that, many people will succeed in this country, no matter who's in power. But if you don't do that because you don't want your people to be successful, if you don't want your people to be successful, you are wicked. Your heart is evil and wicked. But if you want your people to be successful, give them the bare basic minimum. You talk about they build buildings here, they build this hospital. Without electricity, can you run that hospital? Without electricity and running water, can you run that hospital? Can you run those high-rise office building that they are claiming they build? Can you run that without electricity and running water? Or are you going to go to the well, draw water, and go to the office and flush it? Come on, man. They say they developed the road. Let's say the road is 10 miles long. Let's say the road is 100 miles long strip of road. You pave 10 miles. The 90% is left. And everybody shouting they paved the road. Just tell the truth. Me, I ain't got time for all your policies. Just give me light. Give me electricity. Give us running water. Keep it. Basic, simple things. That's basic in other nations. Third world nation is a luxury. It's not fair. We are all citizens. We all want to enjoy our country. Why only a handful of people must enjoy? In your area and neighborhood, you got electricity and running water non-stop 99% of the time. Is that how you're supposed to live? The whole country is supposed to be like that, man. Is the country only for a handful of people, or is it for all of us? Provide light. I need somebody to take my video to that man. I want to meet with him. I don't want nothing from you. I don't want your government, but just give us light. Constant study light, electricity, running water, internet, and decent paved roads. Even the water issue I can even handle sometimes. If you say this neighborhood, let's say Painesville area, right? Let's say the Painesville area will provide you water 12 hours out of the day. Let's say from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I can even handle that schedule because if I know that's the case, I buy me some barrels and fill them up and I know I'm good. But I cannot buy barrels and fill it up with electricity, can I? Everybody cannot afford generator because if you get generator, $8 for 1 gallon. If whether you're using gas or gasoline, I think the gas is $5 or $6 a gallon. The diesel is $8 a gallon. Everybody cannot afford, so it's not just buying the generator. You gotta put fuel in it. If it's a diesel, like $8. If it's gasoline, maybe $5, $6 a gallon. Who can afford that? The average person, can they afford that? Come on, you guys, do something better. I don't care. This is not a part. I don't care who's in power. Just provide a basic for your citizen. Please. I know because you guys live in electricity and air conditioning, you don't think that other people suffering heat. I mean, the other day I pay for it too. I put money in my meter, but I pay for it. I don't get it. You see, that's why you don't blame the people who are stealing the power. They steal the power. Why shouldn't they steal the power? I'm not saying it's okay. But you frustrate the lives of the people that want to do something good with their lives. You frustrate them with all this corruption. Why is corruption killing Africa? If you guys don't kill corruption, corruption will kill you. There are decent men and women on the ground who wants to work. They have skills, they have talent, they have goals, they have dreams, they have integrity, and they want to work. But you tie their hand with all your corruption, all your laws. Internet, data so expensive. The young people can't even do what they want to do. You need to stop these things. Please, somebody provide light. Affordable, decent light. Electricity, when I say light, I mean electricity. Running water. If you do the water on schedule, no problem. We can get some barrels and fill up the barrels and say, okay, we got water for the next until they come around the day. But you cannot get barrels and collect power and put it in wait. You see? Please, Mr. President, don't make me sleep anymore in the dark with the heat. I beg of you. Thank you very much. This is Dagnet. My information on the screen. Thank you.